everybody? We are back on this beautiful Friday, brother. I was leaf blowing yesterday. I was leaf blowing the barn, and there was fire ants in the barn. I got fucked. Look at this fucking thing on my neck. Blew fire ants up, and it got me on the neck and the back of my neck. Got absolutely smoked yesterday, dude. Absolutely smoked. But what is good to David Fowler, Slayer, Josh Hodlin, Big Belvy, Bomb Skunk, Edison's, and more. If you're new here, chime in the chat. I can see every chat everywhere all the time. All the time. What up, Campbell? What is good? What is good? What is good? What is good? One sec. I want to just get this over. Sorry. Dude, I woke up a little bit late today. I was playing Settlers of Catan with Nick and Vo. That was it. E designs easy. Here's the updated, and then I need the other updated. Here is the verticals. Yeah, bro, we were playing Settlers of Catan. Nick had played not in a while, and Vo won. She's very, very competitive. She won. But real quick, want to give a special shout out. Got to give a special shout out to Sol Angeles with the full board sweep right here. Full board sweep coming in hot. Coming in hot. Absolutely sniping the full board. Sol Angeles is dope, bro. They got like 15 shows. GM Allison, GM L Dog, GM Paula Boyle, GM Bull Sport, no BS. Bull Sport, you must be new here. I haven't seen your name. You got to be new, but I appreciate you rocking with me. It's been we got a lot to talk about today, though. I want to get into the tariff situation that's largely been driving price action down. The war in Iran that's been causing some issues. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Shout out Sol Angeles TV. Multiple different shows across crypto and memes. Full world being built. Their entire backlog of TV shows on their site. I genuinely love their content and I'm so hyped they stole the entire board. Awesome team. Great people. Really fun content. If you want to take over the board, DM me or steal spots at sponsoreasy.app. Bro, honestly, shout out Sol Angeles. A quick reminder, don't forget to say fuck Trumpo. Yeah, I mean, Trump absolutely fucking us, bro. We added a wild card to our game. 6 different unique rules, and you roll a die to begin to decide which rule. If you pull the wild card from the development card, it makes things crazy. Oh, that's cool. Paulo Boyle, that's cool. Yeah, bro, they put Clemente in the Sol Angeles board, which is sick. Like, they did a lot of fun with this. You obviously got Mert, you got Chill House, Ansem, Alon, Troll, Cash Cat, Tung, Sahor, and Sea Dog. Yeah, it is Clemente. They slapped Clemente in here, which is awesome. They did a good job with this. I actually want to take a look at their website. I want to take a look at their website. Because, yeah, let's take a look. Bro, they have 6 original series. I wonder how much it costs in AI to get all this out. Because they have Sol Angeles, the Black Bull, Chill House, Mensa, Bernie Sanders, and Pond's family. Let's watch the most recent episode.
Sol Angeles had watched the base trend last only a single day. Kobe had gone back to sleep. Brian had apologized and flown away. Jesse was already preparing for retirement. The city had descended into chaos. Evil influencers were being...
Bro, they did like, it's impressive how good the animations are. Like, across the board. They just have such a good look and feel to the entire show. Like, they crush this. It's impressive.
Arrested. People were completely losing their minds.
Cat.
Play with me if you want. I have everything. Everything, bro. Play with me if you want.
In times of chaos, scammers were always lurking around the corner.
Should I do a scam right now?
Even the factions had begun fighting each other over who the real leader was.
A Cupsy.
But not everything was lost. Sol Angeles had placed its hopes in the Black Bull samurai Ansem, who continued to show the city every single day what true bag work looked like. He had even managed to bring NFTs back to the city. Everyone was changing their profile pictures to the Black Bull Bullpen NFT. The Black Bull's battle had only just begun. The base attack hadn't even left a mark, and the bull seemed to have found a powerful new ally, Pump.Fun.
But the biggest question across the entire city remained the same. Where was the Pump Fun airdrop? Everyone believed it was the weapon that could finally bring hope back to Sol Angeles.
Ansem trained every single day, searching for the answer. Many believed that sooner or later, he would be the one to bring the Pump Fun airdrop to the entire city. Meanwhile, Vlad, deep inside Robinwood, was preparing his next move. Everyone knew his attack wasn't over yet. He had even started publicly supporting Pons, the launchpad built by Ozzy, a Chill House member. Honestly, that might be the most Chill House thing he could have ever done. Soon, the city would finally receive its answers. The future remained uncertain, but everyone still believed Solana Summer was coming.
Bro, they did such a good job.
Called Chill House. We contemplate dust. Skin robot people posting all night. Even the boar has a wallet, and everyone on a man. This is Los Angeles, city of angels. I guess it's Los Angeles. You know you're welcome in Los Angeles.
Man. What is good, Justin Casey? What is good? What is good? Bro, Sol Angeles crushed that. Like, all things considered, absolutely crushed it. I want to see this Pond family episode. This is a new one.
No one told you crypto was gonna be this way. We're the Pond family. We'll be there for you, cause you're there for us too. We'll be there for you when the market's cruel. We'll be there for you, cause we're the Pond.
Real quick, Designs, you are number one on the sponsor board. Let me double check. Daily check-ins. Yeah, you're number one. You are number one on the fan leaderboard for absolutely dominating. And by the way, if you haven't, it's worth going in here, just checking in. You can create an account. We got X Connect coming today. You can just grab a spot on the board and check in. Only 2 people checked in today. Edison's, DM me on X, and I'm going to send you one of the cards from yesterday from BZ.
Ozzy's in the chat, spamming alpha with that me god glow. Cryptical dropping wisdom like a maxi bro. No, we moving slapping cash while he builds the throne. Bond guy in the back with 228 AK
You can check in at any time during the stream. Any time you can check in. So as long as you're tuned in, you can go to sponsoreasy.app/check-in. So just the intro for Pond's family. Bernie Sanders is on here. I want to see what else we got. Chill House, 5 episodes. Mensa's live action.
Did you know Pawns has limit orders? Set your price or market cap target.
Bro, I gotta say, the Solangelis stuff is good, man. Like, really good. Full character, Tolibot, Nikita Board, Chill House, Ansem, Mert Poo, Giga Chad, Roaring Kitty, White Whale, Bernie Chase, Juggernaut Vlad, Vitalik. Can we see all of them? Wow. Dude, they have a lot of characters. A lot of characters. Pingu's my goat. Oh, they have Choose Rich Nick. Nah, that's crazy. Why is he in a wheelchair? But he got the rollie on, the glasses. That's funny. That's funny. That's crazy. Wow, yeah, they have a lot of stuff in here, man. The red guy. I don't know why he's in a wheelchair. That's what I was wondering. Jakey. Oh, they have 2 Jakeys. I don't know why he's in a wheelchair. That's crazy. Totally Monkey. Maxing. Nevergoon, my goat. Hulk Chud House. Tony. Scented. Unstable Coin. World. Flipping's in here. Jazz. Dude, they have a lot of characters. This is really well done. TJR. Wow. Yeah, who's Ogle? I don't know who Ogle is. I don't know who Ogle is, but yeah, I mean, across the board, bro. Really, really good job by Solangelis. Appreciate them stealing the board. Appreciate them stealing the board. Dude, I'm sneezing a ton. Sneezing a ton. We'll send card after stream. What is good, Blake? What is good, Arkan Musito? What is good, Tuggy? Yeah, no PO. I mean, I'm not on there either. All right, let's get into the market a little bit. So obviously today there's been a lot of chaos, I would say, across the board with price action, with everything that's been happening. There's been a lot of drama. A lot of drama. I want to take a look at DJ News because there's some stuff I want to get into. Is that Clemente in the glasses? Yeah, Clemente's on the board. Clemente's on the board, which is fun. They slapped Clemente in here, which I think is wicked funny. Yeah, more tariff drama. But last time the tariff drama marked the bottom. So I'm curious if we get the same situation here. That's kind of what I'm more interested in, is what the tariff situation might look like. I want to take a look at this article, and we can read this going into market open. U.S. sets new 10 to 12% tariffs on 60 trade partners.
Trump, just in the last few minutes, announced new tariffs on dozens of countries. These are 10 to 12% or 12.5% tariffs. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez is at the White House. Gabe, this new release cites forced labor as the reason for the tariffs. What else are they saying about this? And you and I talked about this a few days ago. The Supreme Court just essentially said his previous tariffs were illegal. So how is he going about this?
Well, Tom, look, the administration is trying to find out any authorization it can in order to extend tariffs against a wide range of countries. So we have to understand with these latest tariffs, there was some global tariffs that the administration had imposed back in February.
What is forced labor? What does that mean? What does Trump mean? Forced labor. What does he mean, forced labor? Trump imposes forced labor duties on 60 trading partners. The Trump administration on Friday imposed new tariffs of 10 to 12.5% on goods from 60 trading partners, including the EU and China, over allegations of lax enforcement of forced labor bans. just as that 10% global tariff expired. The move is the White House's latest effort to restore Trump's campaign vision of near global tariff after the U.S. Supreme Court in February struck down his reciprocal duties of 10 to 50% imposed last year. New tariffs announced on Thursday in a Federal Register note covers 99.4% of imports, but includes numerous product exemptions such as oil and gas, fertilizer, and certain foods. So oil and gas not getting tariffs. Imposed under Section 301 of the Trade Act, the new duties allow the administration to maintain a tariff floor. Trump's temporary global... The U.S. had a forced labor import ban for nearly a century and rigorously enforces it. It's well past time for our trading partners to do the same. What exactly is a forced labor? What does that mean? What? So, oops, I did not mean to click out of that. Sorry. I just want to know what forced labor is. Donald Trump has again inspired anger and confusion in U.S. allies and trading partners as he has imposed a wave of tariffs on more than 80 countries, replacing an expiring global duty. The new measure effectively replaces blanket 10%. Damn, the Nikkei fell 3.1%. The Chinese SSE composite dropped 1.4%. Hang Seng was down 11%. And South Korea slumped 6.2%. Europe did not get as choppy, 0.7 before dropping 0.7 before steadying to a fall of 0.1. France down before moving positive. So the EU is mostly fine, but all of Asia took a huge hit. All of Asia took a huge hit. What is the S&P trading at right now? Pre-market. Wow, S&P is green pre-market. That's surprising. Qs are flat. S&P is green. Yeah, I don't know what forced labor is.
Expire at midnight tonight. And so there was a months-long investigation, the administration says, was conducted into dozens of countries, around 80 countries. And so these new tariffs will now replace the old ones that were set to expire at midnight. The administration says it is using Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974 in order to impose these tariffs. Again, they range from 10% to 12.5% across dozens of countries. And this all comes, you're right, Tom, after the Supreme Court had struck down those retaliatory tariffs that the administration imposed last year. But the White House is right now trying to figure out how to keep imposing tariffs using different authorizations based on, different...
Oh, thank you. Josiah Hallen, I appreciate that. So he's claiming other nations are failing to prevent the import of goods with forced labor. So, interesting.
It's using different justification for these tariffs, trying to keep them in place, Tom.
And real quickly, not a lot of time, but do we expect this will also go to the Supreme Court?
Well, hard to know at the Supreme Court. It might face some legal challenges, certainly. Many different organizations, small businesses have been thoroughly opposed to this administration's tariff policies, and it is likely to face legal challenges, yes.
Gabe Gutierrez with the White House. Gabe, thank you.
NBC's Christine Romans is at a gas.
Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. So 60 trading partners, including all of America's most important ones, face 10 to 12% tariffs, according to the fact sheet. The duties took effect at 12:01 on Friday. Some of the trading partners facing a 10% tariff include Canada, Mexico, India, and the UK. Taiwan and the European Union, which is the largest single U.S. trading partner, face up to 12.5%. The new rate announced Thursday appears to lower the 15% cap. Yeah, he just wants tariffs. Like, that's the thing. Seems like a whole world problem, rather, to be honest. It does seem he doesn't give a shit about slave labor. He just wants his tariffs justified. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the reality, is any loophole to get these tariffs approved, which is all he cares about. He just wants to push the tariff situation, which last time we saw the tariff situation, if you guys remember, the last time we saw the tariff situation was an April sell-off. So if we go back into the 1 week, this was the last tariff situation right here. We had a pretty large drawdown right here. 20% drawdown was the last tariff situation before a V-shaped recovery. And it lasted About 3 weeks. You had a 3-week drawdown. Date range. 48 days. 41 days from start to finish. Didn't we also have war? The war sell-off was here in March. The war sell-off was here. 41 days as well. So, I mean, you can kind of look. It's pretty wild to see another 41-day sell-off, right? Like, that was the play. 22%, 48 days. This is 41 days and 10%. So, I mean, even here, if you're looking at something, like maybe we get a 10% drawdown across 41 days would put us right about here. 680 on the S&P. And date-wise would put us here. So it would last until August 17th. Is kind of what I'd be targeting if this is a sustained sell-off. If this is a sustained sell-off, you're going to be looking at 10% drop, 680 on the S&P, and it expires Monday, August 17th, roughly. Roughly. And if we get into the days, yeah, this is kind of what we're looking at. Wow, almost to the dollar. That was beautiful charting. And then here, yeah, that was exactly to the dollar before the retrace. 48 days. So this was last tariffs. Right here, this was war. And then right here is kind of where we are. This is tariff and war. But it seems most people don't really care too much about the war. So I mean that's kind of how I'm playing it. Well, actually it'd probably be here, so we got to move this over, like right there. You'd be looking towards like end of October. End of October is kind of, yeah. Maybe we end up chopping here. Maybe that is the low. Maybe that is the low that we'd be getting in October. The other side of this too is with tariffs, inflation goes up. So I'm more closely watching some of the inflation stuff that's happening. You have 35% chance at a rate hike this month. FOMC is next week on the 29th, happening on Wednesday. September is pricing it. Wow. September's basically saying we're absolutely going to have a rate hike, if not two. You have a 79% chance for at least one hike. October's pricing in, same idea. Like, yeah, I mean, you're looking at 2 rate hikes this year, which is pretty wild. And I don't think we really have semblance of a cut at all. Yeah, if they don't get the inflation stuff adjusted, it's not looking too pretty. It's why I haven't gone fully risk on. The one difference is crypto's actually not holding too bad. Granted, we got the full long move on Bitcoin. ETH, no trade. Solana short is live down to 72. Hyperliquid, I like this short, by the way. I still like this hype short. Hype's up 1.5%, but I still like this hype short down to 54. I still like the hype short down to 54. Clear rejection here. Guess it's time to get out of the hood long. Potentially. Yeah, hood's down another 1.6. We want hood to... Remember what I said, though, Wolfie. We want hood to hold this level. We want hood to hold 95. I'll cut it if it breaks under that. They have earnings next week, which I'm more closely watching. On top of that, we had Intel with earnings. Intel shattered their earnings, which was last night. Intel beat 25% year over year. Adjusted EPS was 0.42. Data centers and AI, 6.3 bill. Client and physical infrastructure, 8.9. Foundry, -5 bill. Is anyone concerned about housing, or is that just me and my anxiety? I mean, the issue with housing right now is certain areas are definitely taking a hit. You have inflation rates. I mean, the hike is the big thing. If you get 2 hikes, inflation rates sky, housing will start to finally show some issues. So the big thing that I'm more or less continuing to look at is I do think housing is more of a house of cards. But the reality is right now, The housing situation won't have anything too crazy until we really get rates, like rate hikes. And if hikes come into play, then yeah, that's the bigger concern, right? So that's kind of where my brain goes right now. Don't care about the war. Might stop caring about inflation, rate hikes. Average person continues to be screwed everywhere. Don't worry, though. We've got POTUS playing 7D chess, and midterms will be here to change everything. Happy Friday. The midterm election has been the main thing that I continue to think about, because I think even on the prediction markets, if we look at midterms, right now, 56% chance it's going to be split. This is the big catalyst right here is if Republicans keep the Senate. They've basically lost the House. The House is smoked. They're going to lose the House. So you're going to have split Congress, which means nothing's going to get passed at all. There's going to be so much drama, so much political bullshit. But if they end up losing the House and the Senate to a blue situation, then anything Trump tries to push is going to be rejected. Like hard rejected. So I continue to look at that because, sorry, I'm reading this. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I continue to look at this because this is kind of the bigger factor, right? The thing that I want to be aware of and conscious of and be able to conceptualize on this is where the market goes with this situation. What up, Toast? Appreciate you. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Let's take a look at quant data. Markets just opened. Markets literally just opened. Intel giving back the entirety. Damn, Intel down 1% after beating earnings. That's not a good sign. S&P showing a little bit of positive price action off of that low. I want to get rid of that line. No gap today. Yeah, they double beat too. It's like, dude, that's why earnings are so tough. They double beat. Qs are down. Volatility index back over 18, starting to see a slight sell-off. And delta exposure is very red. Very, very red. Let's ask Wayfinder what it thinks. I mean, this is like a get puts type of situation. I'm going to ask Wayfinder what it thinks. Hot take. I think Republicans are going to keep both houses. Tuggy, that would be crazy. I don't know if they do. I really don't think they will. I personally don't think that they will. Wow, yeah, this was really fast. DeepSeek just absolutely flew through this. So here's the thing. I would not force to put positive gamma cluster above can pin the intended squeeze. I mean, dude, this is all pointing to the downside. Interesting. Under 74.10, it says to get puts. What are our take profits on each side? Market's so choppy, it's frustrating. I hope Republicans get fucked in the midterms. So this is what it's saying. It's saying that there's an upside pin, but you want to see if it fails to reject here. 74.10. So a breakdown under 74.10 is kind of what it's saying. I mean, this thing absolutely nailed it yesterday. Absolutely nailed it. Net Gex flips positive around 74.40, 74.50. Yeah, it does. So it's saying Gex, the gamma exposure, but a lot of the gamma exposure still points to the downside, which is why I'm a little bit more cautious here. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty aggressive chart. We got to see where it goes. Below Gamma and Venice skew notably negative, which can accelerate a downside move. Price around 74.17 is sitting below the apparent Gamma flip call wall. Best single side options. Trade only on a failed reclaim of 74.40 or a break below 74.10. Structure. Buy same day. I don't want to buy same day put debit spreads. That's fucking boring. Same day put debit spreads are fucking boring. I don't want to buy that. Yeah, so I mean, it gave us... Wait. All these take profits, targets, entries, etc. It took it off, so I want to see if it'll get it back for us. Because I keep looking at this. Delta exposure is really red, but even right now, it's not too red at current levels. This is pretty substantial. The main thing that we're watching for here is... Why is this not... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, okay, it just dropped under 74.10. We're going to grab puts right now. We're going to just trade this. Uh, 740. All right, I'm on a 740p, which is like already in the money. A little aggressive, but I don't hate it. I'm also going to grab a 738. And probably a 737. It says watch for this breakdown under 74.10, which put triggers a break and close under 74.10, especially on the 5-minute. I'm in puts right now. I did pick some up. You have this large gamma exposure up at 74.70, but a lot of these still point downside, and the delta is completely red. So I'm in 3 different puts right now. I'm in a 740, 738, 737. So basically short across the board. We'll see. What is our stop loss on puts? I want to see what it says for stop loss. A reclaim of 74.50. I mean, that's a crazy reclaim, bro. Like, that's a crazy reclaim. It's so fucking high. I mean, yeah, I think I bought the puts a little too early, chap. Heat map has a pretty big cluster above here. More condensed down below, but a pretty big cluster above. Delta exposure is pretty... I mean, dude, the delta is just so red. Puts 5 million in bought puts, 2 million in sold calls. Like, that's the thing that keeps me the most like, holy shit, is everything points downside on this data. Gamma exposure's red. Delta exposure's 24 billion in the red. I wanted to just double check. I mean, it is a Friday, so you have weekly expires. But these substantial candles are my concern. Like, yes, there's a 74.70 on the upside, but puts significantly outweigh. Like, significantly outweigh. Which is why I lean more on the downside than the upside. SPY's at 739 right here. Because what's 74.50 is the top of that candle, which would be a 741 S&P. So yeah, I certainly lean downside. I lean downside today. I definitely lean more downside today. I'm taking Friday off. Hit a quick Bitcoin and oil short open last night. Good luck on these daily SPY calls. Appreciate you, Chianti. Enjoy the day. Yeah, I mean, we're watching this because it's telling us to put triggers sub 74.10, which we're right at. We're like at this inflection point right now where it could accelerate. I mean, when I look at it, part of Wayfinder is telling me what levels it likes, and part of it's also just feeling the vibes. I know, dude. Hood beat me up. Hood beat me up. We're green on our puts now, chat. We are green on our puts. Thank goodness. What is Hood at? Man, Hood down 5%? What the fuck? Bouncing right at 96. Yeah, we just got absolutely smoked on that. Holy. Holy. I don't know. I think all this all the Asia market sell-off is not very positive. Right? Like I'm more surprised. I'm genuinely more surprised that there was positive price action pre-market. I was more surprised about the positive pre-market price action. Delta's still so red. Granted, you have a lot more sell pressure higher and not much here. So you could get like not as aggressive unless the deltas move down. The gamma exposure is the big thing. Gamma exposure is showing just serious downside potential. Serious downside potential on the gamma exposure. Which is why I'm in these puts. We're floating right here at this zone, this 74.10. We are floating right here. Still 27 bill. Puts at 5 mil, calls at -3. So a lot of call selling. A lot of call selling. Which is not ideal. Qs are also down 0.5%. Qs look like they're going to be leading today. To the downside, Qs are making new lows on the day. Have you talked about the Vlad hack? No, I'm going to for sure. We'll get into the Vlad hack too, but right now, market trading. Hey, Looper, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think we let these puts play out a little bit because it does feel like we're going to get this this run down. Gamma exposure is just so red. So red. So red. Heat map now starting to grow to the downside. All signs point to a red market right now. There we go. That's the move down we wanted. Now we're starting to move. S&P about to go red on the day. Q's down 0.5%. It's on the back of Intel and some of these others, but yeah, we're down about $3 overall. I still like the puts. Like I said, we spread ourselves fairly thin on it, but you got the 5-minute close under 74.10. So now we got to see if it accelerates. We got to see if it accelerates because that's the main focus here. Do we get an accelerated downward move? Which brain tells me yes, charts tell me yes, unless something here flips. You have new tariffs. You have a lot of stuff that's kind of painting the picture that we are going to be seeing downside price action. I want to see these deltas start to move to the left. Because your net delta exposure is still 28 billion in the red. Calls are now up to 5.3 on puts. I definitely lean red on this. I definitely lean red. Just a lot of negative, ugly chop. Ugly chop. We're still very early in. One sec. I want to get this card sent out. Yeah, I mean the put trigger's in. Well, when you're 80% down, you probably just hold through earnings. Wolfie, yeah, I'm getting smoked on it too. Don't worry. You're not alone, brother. Where is my oh, here we go. It's just a very choppy market right now, man. Very choppy. Yeah, so it's saying let the runners run and move the stop loss into take profit. I do not hate this move. I do not hate this move, Sam. I am choppy. It is a Friday, so there's just a lot of expirations, a lot of uncertainty. But this is still, it all just still points so much more to the downside. Like this is saying downside is 73.75 on SPX, which 73.75 is down here. Like basically those lows, which would give us a 736 SPY. 736 SPY, retrace the full move from yesterday. And it's saying 7380 with a second take profit of 73.45. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I am short. I'm holding these puts. We'll see how they move today. I want to get into a couple other things as well. But real quick, bear with me. I'm going to just get up for half a moment and let you guys bear with me for like half a moment, chat. Half a moment. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back. Wow, S&P ended up retracing very hard here, down 23% right now at the current moment. It is pretty wild to see. Deltas are still so red. Why did we get a huge bounce? Yeah, every takeover's been a lot of fun. MVC now moving up into the red. Deltas are still 24 bill, but I mean, they just need to have it pinned under 7,500, which is pretty wild. Puts are still 5 bill. Calls still getting sold even more. Qs are still so bad. Like, that's why I think I'm just going to continue to hold these puts, even though I'm down on them. I don't really mind. I thought we had the close we wanted, but it's fine. Let's get into some memes. So today, jacket. Leather jacket. What is this? Version of an NVIDIA paired stock. Murky bubble map, but Eric Zone, who's the head of the protocol at Uniswap. I mean, I don't really love some of this stuff. I think these long XY, I was simply approaching it from a cultural perspective. When Jensen Huang visited Korea, it was a summer, but he still seemed to wear the leather jacket everywhere. It's become such a strong trademark of his that he even jokes about being the guy in the leather jacket. Now, someone with that kind of recognizable image has opened an X account. I like the overall combination, so I took a gamble on it. I mean, this thing's trading, it touched a mil. And it's paired, I believe it's a long XYZ contract that's paired with NVIDIA. It's a long XYZ contract paired with NVIDIA, which is the same as AI Inu. Banker trying to, don't give your position to those KOL infested extractors. Long platform was first to introduce stock pairing. AI is the leader. It's interesting to see some of these dynamics, by the way. Like, I'm pretty interested in some of these dynamics. By the way, our good hold on that. We just retraced that entire candle. And now our puts are in the green. Puts are now in the green. S&P just fell off a fucking cliff. These long XYZ pairs are really interesting to me because when you look at them, it's I like have to do more research. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows a little bit more about them. But what's been so interesting about the long XYZ pairs are this whole dynamic of a stock pair. So the meme is tied to a stock. I don't exactly know how. Like, truthfully, I don't fully understand how it's tied to a stock or what it does to be tied to a stock. But somehow, some way, it's tied to a stock. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. We're up 11%, 15%. Puts are flying right now. Our puts are absolutely ripping. I'm looking at this, and then on top of it yesterday, chat, I want to talk about this. So Vlad Hood was the coin yesterday. Pons is ripping too. I want to talk about Pons. Oh, damn, 40 mil. Pons is absolutely giga sending. Holy shit. Yeah, Pons is ripping, man. Pons is doing very, very well. Very, very, very well. Wow. You love to see that. You do love to see that. Pons just giga sending. Oh, man. By the way, those puts, I was glad we did not think about cutting those. We are fucking ripping. Up 23% and sending even higher. Yeah, long moving too. Wow, we're up big on our puts right now, chat. Very big on the puts. Sorry I got distracted. I want to cover some meme stuff, but this is crazy. This is crazy. Because I want to talk about the Vlad hack. I want to talk about a few different things. Damn, this is serious sell-off happening right now. Full retrace on that. Q's down almost a full %. Q's making new lows. Like aggressive new lows of the day. SPY officially red on the day. That's nasty. That's some nasty, nasty work. So, okay. Vlad Tenev got hacked yesterday. No, we'll talk Jimothy. I'm not so sure about Jimothy anymore since White House mentioned it. What do you think? I like these questions because this is a lot of the stuff that I actually do want to talk about. I'm trying to get Jack Duvall on stream. I want to get Jack Duvall on. I want to have him on because this is like his magnum opus. This is his holy hell, the market is going crazy. Like, he has called every move on this to a damn T, it feels like. Like, he was so spot on being so bullish Jimothy. And I have to commend the guy for being so spot on with it. And taking a look at that, what I was interested in was seeing the Vlad thing too. Vlad Tenev yesterday got hacked, right? And the hacker posted Vlad Hood was the meme. One sec. So Vlad yesterday got hacked right here. The block shares it. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev's X account appears to have been hacked and is promoting a purported official meme coin called Vlad Hood. The hacker's an idiot, but granted, the hacker made $1.2 million off this. 1.2 mil. When I saw this, I did try to trade it. I lost like $12. But this thing ripped out the gate as high as 10 mil. Now, it's pretty wild because in turn, in 24 hours, it did $30 million of volume. So you can't really argue that people don't want to trade because that's just not true. It's very clear to me that people want to trade. People want exposure. People want to participate in the market. And this was a very clear sign of it. There's this guy that made 100K I saw the guy who was using the Twitter tracker. It's like that's a movie, bro. That's a movie. I want to find that. Absolutely nuts. I want to see if that video exists somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. Found it. Watch it. Vlad updated his
没有
avatar
新短消息。
and just started ripping.
There was a coin. There was a coin a minute ago.
Bought 4 ETH at a 90K market cap.
Oh my God!
4 ETH at 90K market cap. Basically owned the whole kit and caboodle. Our puts, by the way, are up fucking massive right now. The puts we just took at market open are up fucking fat right now, chat. Up fat. Yeah, this video alone is like one of the best onboarding tools I've ever seen. Like, it's tough to see so many people down, but buying this is so dumb. Like, buying this, you know that they're hacked. Why would you buy this coin? That's the thing I was most confused about, is why on earth would you go and think like, yeah, me buying this is probably the best course of action. You're a fucking idiot. Buying this is so dumb. Like, what in your right mind made you think that buying this was the right move? Like, just so stupid. Granted, buying it at 80K was absolutely the right move. This individual ended up giga printing. Yeah, why would you buy it after the first 10 mil pump? That's the thing. Even, like, if you're not getting in on one of these first few candles, buying this is so dumb. Granted, Vlad did not change his PFP for a while, which we saw. So that's true. Like, Vlad did not change the PFP, left the hat on. The hack was the narrative. It was the talk of the town. I bought it at 2 mil. Did you make money on it? Number 3 Boo, did you make money on this? Because if you bought it at 2 mil, you had a 2x for a while. Basically, you had a 2x for, where's date range? For 4 hours. You had a calm 2x for 4 hours. I mean, even longer than that. If you bought at 2 mil, you had 5 hours and 45 minutes. If you got this at 2 mil, almost 6 hours, you had a 2x. Almost 6 hours, you had a 2x. Which, that's good. Like, all things considered, that's pretty fucking good. Took P at 8 mil. Yeah, great trade. That's a great trade. Part of it is just like being habitually online. If you're habitually online, you're going to end up finding opportunity. And this was one of those situations where, like, if you're online and you can catch the move, sure, catch the move. I can understand taking the trade and catching the move. I can understand that. I think that that's actually not a bad decision. But if you're not able to be habitually online, taking that trade is so EV negative. You're going to end up getting a sheep at the slaughter type of thing there, where you're going to get beat up. So I would personally, like, I just threw a small coin at it to track it, see how it does. Was not terribly interested in trading it. Ended up just kind of keeping tabs on it. Have you taken a look at the farming FWA? I've managed to stay above water on my ETH while stacking FWA along the way. Curious here. I want to talk about FWA, Fake World Assets, which is Reinerex new thing, the guy between 10,000 tokens. And I like what he does a lot. I think he's wicked smart. I like a lot of the stuff he's doing. But yeah, I mean, if you were buying this Vladhood thing, you basically deserve to get rinsed, in my opinion. If you bought this thinking it was a real play. Now, Jimothy. We've talked a lot about Jimothy. A lot. And I think Jimothy is really EV positive for the trenches. I did see the Pfeffer coin. I have not traded it. I couldn't figure out how to get onto the stablecoin chain, which was my own issue. But I do want to acknowledge that and get into some of like the being early stuff. But Jimothy yesterday got posted by the White House, I believe right here. This area was where the White House posted it. And you had the run back to 40 mil. If you remember yesterday on stream, I was saying, if you get this retest, someone asked, I was like 26 mil or 21 mil is probably my buy area with a target of 37 to 48. The thing I'm worried about, though, is the lack of sustained price action that has more or less happened on Jimothy here. A lot of people have basically said this area where the White House posted could have been the top. And it's because of the correlation that we saw to the Nishin Penguin. If you remember that. If y'all remember the Penguin. Damn, this is still 1.2 mil. Nishin Penguin got posted by the White House and absolutely sent. Literally just fucking ripped. Granted, this is a 4-hour chart. It got posted much quicker. Ran up. Had its second kind of leg here after the White House post here. This is what a lot of people are comparing Jimothy to, because it did have similar price action. It kind of has similar narratives too. Like, that is the reality of the situation, is there are similar narratives to it. A lot of similar narratives where White House posts, we get some back and forth, all that, right? I don't know if I want to say it's directly the same. Directionally, sure. Yeah, this is the Penguin coin. Directionally the same. But this 4-hour chart is still so in its infancy that I think there is still some legs on Jimothy, right? I think that there is still some opportunity on it. I'm kind of torn because I don't know if I'd want to be a buyer here, truthfully. It doesn't... I like that it's holding this level, this 382 at 21 mil right here. And I want to see it maintain this level for an extended period of time, personally. I would love to see it continue to hold that area for me to become significantly more interested. Now, the real interesting area is this 15.3. 15.3 is where I'm like way more interested in it. Damn, long is sending. Why is this sending? What is long? Why short when you can be long? Excited to announce our profile picture generator. It's just a meme of a long-nosed dog. 1.7 mil. Sending. I saw this yesterday too, didn't touch it. But on the back of all of this, me and Ovi talked yesterday about this. We talked yesterday about this pretty heavily, is Pons. Pons was very, 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 very interesting, which is now broken above 40 mil again. And it did reject off that 40.9 area. 40.9 has kind of been its rejection area, where it tried to break out. It did make a lower high. But the thing I'm like way more interested in is what the sustained flywheel of is this for this, because I do think that there could be more sustained buy pressure on this. It's when I looked at Pons, the buybacks were nuts. Yeah, keep firing memes. We'll talk about memes for a bit here. Yeah, I want to see this grainy video. It hit a 35 mil market cap last night and is currently sitting at
just launchpad on Robinhood chain. And it hit 35 million, Craig, last night, and is currently sitting at 30 million. The fees and I mean, if you look at the numbers, the fees are just absolutely crushing it. And relative to how Pump Fund works, it's still very undervalued long term. Not financial advice. Again, just speaking about the analysis that's happening in real time in that capacity. Now, obviously, the stockbrokers, we're about to talk with them today. But we have seen a few other launch pads try and launch meme coins or tokens over the last sort of couple of days. So I am curious to see if Pons can maintain that revenue, maintain that attention, maintain the launch pad success that they've seen over the past week or two. Because as always, like competitors arise, technology gets better, and people start to jump in and launch competitors.
I think he's spot on in some capacity. I want to see who that person's X account was. Neo Dot is the person I want to look at. Neo Dot. Should have bought Pons yesterday at 30. I know. So this is the thing. In just over 24 hours, Pons became the #1 launch pad you can actively launch tokens on. Downside is limited. Upside is infinite. Believe in something. Let's win. Cooker shared this, which is the buybacks that started on Pons. Pons V2 is closer than you think. V2, RWAs, fees paid in ETH, and more. So Pons is clearly continuing to develop. Is it the fastest token to $1 million in revenue ever? Can't think of anyone that's done it faster. Pons.family consistently breaking records and dominating the top protocols by revenue in all of crypto. So, I mean, yeah, they've made a bunch of fucking money. Yeah, here's the fees annualized. Revenue in the last 7 days is $707,000. So, yeah, I mean, truthfully, the reality of the situation is, if they're going to continue to buy back and TWAP the chart, 30 mil feels cheap. If you truly believe that the Robinhood cycle and Robinhood meme coins are going to continue, Pons is a no-brainer right now. Until or if, two statements, until or if there is competition on that front, to me, it's you just buy the fastest horse. And right now, the fastest horse is Pons. By far. Fastest horse has got to be Pons, right? It's just pretty clear that what they're doing with a lot of their action right now makes the most sense as far as flywheel mechanics. I'm glad they have not teased a airdrop like Pump Fund, because that would obviously be detrimental. But making $1 million in 10 days and blasting it back into the chart is way more interesting than anything else. And I think that that's the part I'm most interested in, is what is going to be the sustained price action? What is going to be the continued development on Robinhood's chain? Does Vlad Tenev get turned off by memes after the recent meme coin hack that took his page and led to a meme coin on it? Yeah, it's really tough to say. They're so focused on that. It's just tough. Like I personally want to get more exposure to the Robinhood ecosystem. I do think Robinhood in general is going to continue to trend up. Made a good amount this morning. Thanks, Wayfinder. Yeah, Wolfie, that's what it's about. I almost just enjoy trading the S&P. Wayfinder with the spot on, give up 710, 738 is the target. So I like its narrative. I like its thesis on it. I want to see if it has any update, by the way. But yeah, I think Robinhood's gonna have sustained action here. And if Robinhood has sustained action, then we're going to continue to see the move on Pons. I want to learn more about these targeted. I want to learn more about these targeted like long markets, right? Like maybe we throw a little bit at this jacket. When the Robinhood skeptics make a U-turn, this thing could full send. I think so too. And that's like almost where my brain is like, if OSF thesis on Pons yesterday makes me bullish. Yeah, I don't know. I did just buy some of this jacket. Probably a dumb move, but I bought a little bit of it. I want to read more about what's going on with some of those. All right, so fake world assets. This is the other one. A playground for on-chain financialized ideas. So what is it? A new way to buy and sell NFTs. FWA.fund. I'm like pretty interested in it, but I don't really know what it is. I don't really know what it is. That's the thing. Can't believe that guy traded his punk back. What does that even mean? Like, how does this work? Is there documentation or anything on this? Wow, 2 punks in here. I want to read the docs. So how it works. An on-chain protocol where deposited NFTs, each backed by depositor ETH, become positions others acquire at random. Fake World Assets is an on-chain randomized NFT acquisition protocol. Depositors list NFTs together with committed ETH backing, similar to a Uniswap V2 pair. That backing sets each position's selected weight, and funds are irrevocable standing bid. See, I don't fully get what this is or why it's like crazy bullish. Wow, SPY with a crazy reversal, by the way. Today's going to be a volatile day. Gotcha, but the prizes are NFTs. Is that really what it is? Acquire one randomly selected NFT position from the pool. You're far more likely to receive a lightly backed one. After allocation, choose to keep the NFT or accept the depositor's ETH standing bid and sell it back for most of its ETH backing. Deposit NFT plus the protocol has 3 roles. Depositors provide liquidity by pairing NFTs with ETH backing. Purchasers pay the acquisition price to receive a randomly selected position that may be higher backed than the price they paid, and the protocol earns bounded fees from the spread. An acquisition is roughly the average value of the position. So you earn ETH and FWA if you deposit. If you deposit, you earn ETH and FWA. I was parking. I did not, Chianti. I got distracted, per usual. I got distracted and did not book the fat win, and now the data is starting to shift to the upside, which I don't like. Put volume is still heavy. Gex volume is kind of flat, but MVC 7470 is not what you want to see. SPX is back above the 7410 range, which is ugly. And our lines are still in the sand here. Granted, it's still making a lower high, so I'm still holding it. But Ray says that deposits have been either break even or EV negative so far for him. I mean, the fact of the matter is, dude, this thing's an 8 mil market cap. Like, the chart is not bad. But, like, if you're giving out rewards, if this thing's giving out rewards, by the way, we're up 20% on Jacket. Holy shit. Calm. I mean, I just look at the AI Inu chart and I'm like, why would Jacket not also go to a few mil? I'm going to buy a little more. I just think this could go to a couple mil if AI Inu's up there. It might be dumb, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I look at I'm like pretty confused what the value add is for the Fake World Assets token. Because if they're giving out rewards, I don't really want to be in the token that they're giving out for free. Right? Like, it's the dumb ones that send. Yeah, probably. I like the gacha idea. I saw the other day that there's a RC car, a Hot Wheels car gacha that launched on MetaDAO. I'm like, that's fucking cool. A Lego gacha would hit. That would be sick. But yeah, I don't know. Fake World Assets is interesting. I don't want to put NFTs in. Yeah, I don't really want to put NFTs in it. And I'm also just like, what really is... No one can buy the FWA externally. Oh, so how do you get it? Like, I can't just buy... I can buy this right here. Yeah, I can buy this right now. What do you mean I can't buy the FWA token externally yet? It says I could buy it right now. Why would I not be able to buy it? What you mean? Weekend war short plays? I mean, just long VIX. That would be the play. Weekend long play is just long VIX. Still above 18. I like the VIX long. I mean, this is at 74.20. SPX is absolutely cooking right now. I'm like way more surprised at how hard the SPX is running. Quant data is still 25 bill negative, but now your gamma exposure is pretty positive. So we'll see. I guess I should have fucking cut down there, but I fucking didn't because I'm a dumb fuck. I'm so mad I traded that poorly. I should have cut, but we didn't really get to our lows. We got about halfway there. And I wanted to just stick to the Wayfinder plan, which was giving us 73.80. It was telling me 73.80 is the play. We did not get to 73.80, and we now have made a new high on the day. A new high on the day. You have new highs, new lows. Market woes. Can you actually buy it on this site? You can't until 15 days from launch. I mean, I'll try to buy like $50 right here. Oh, no, you can't. Huh, so how do you get exposure to this? Also, we're up big on jacket right now. We're up big on jacket. NVIDIA paired jacket. Some of this shit is dumb, but I mean, I want to try to figure out how these like long conditional pairs trade. I want to understand how some of these stock tokens trade, stock meme coins trade. I don't fully understand them, but I would like to understand them, which is why I'm more interested in trying to figure out how they work by clicking the buttons on them. Yeah, I mean, right now too, it's a little dicey. You can only get exposure by pooling NFTs with ETH. So that's more interesting, that you can only get exposure by pooling NFTs. I wish they had Solana. We'd dump a bunch of Bodagos in there for people to win. You deposit an NFT. Fake World Assets works in 3 simple steps. Deposit users put an NFT and some ETH into... Let's actually open the chart for this. So it works in 3 steps. Some ETH into a pool to earn rewards. Acquire. Buyers pay a fee to win 1 random NFT from the pool. Settle. The winner chooses to either keep the NFT or sell it back for the attached ETH. You can't keep both. I mean, dude, so it is an interesting dynamic. I don't have any way to sugarcoat that. It is an interesting dynamic, but it's just a gotcha on chain. And I mean, the token at 8 mil is interesting. So it's basically like try to get exposure to the token by putting up assets, which that's interesting, I guess. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. This is tough, man. Because I'm like, what is the play there? By the way, our puts are back in the green. What a fucking volatile day, dude. Our puts are back in the green. What a volatile fucking day. Volatile fucking day. I would not deposit a CryptoPunk on it, though. Yeah, neither would I. Neither would I. Neither would I. Dude, this volatility on this jacket is crazy. Holy shit. Solo's up fucking 20 bands? What the fuck? Oh, he bought this at 100K. What a sicko. Bought $2,000 at 100K. Absolute sicko. Go to fwa.fund to see if you can... fwa.fund. To see if I can deposit. Connect wallet. I don't even know what wallet this is. I did not even connect the right wallet. I did not even connect the right wallet. There we go. I doubt I have any NFTs. Dude, I don't hold like shit for ETH. Yeah, I don't hold anything for ETH. Yeah, I have no eligible. Memeland MVPs. I have a couple captains. It'd be cool if they let me put captains in here. I'd be way more interested in that. Damn, crypto is selling off hard as fuck right now, too. I wonder why. But if your ticket gets chosen, you either get your NFT back or your ETH back mostly. What's the thesis on your jacket buy? I can share the thesis on the jacket buy, which is now sending. I'm up 50%. So my thesis on the jacket buy is extremely simple. It is Jensen Huang's jacket. They launched it with Banker and paired it against NVIDIA. The other main NVIDIA runner is Artificial Inu, which this paired against NVIDIA on long XYZ. So Banker's competitor to long XYZ with an NVIDIA pair is Jacket. Jacket is obviously Jensen Huang's jacket. We're up 200, we're up 50% right now. My brain tells me this goes to 3 mil in comparison to AI. Just simply on a correlated cause and effect. Just purely because it is a competitor to that, and it could theoretically trade at a discount to the other one. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to throw some at this. We got filled at like 800K, not all under a mil. We're up 60% right now. So like, we're not doing too bad. I might actually sell 10% of this here. We'll sell a tiny bit. Just try to recoup. I mean, we're up $300, so it's like not too bad. But I really don't mind selling a little bit of this here as we continue to run up. I put in, I don't even know how much I invested. I put 500 in. So it's not a bad trade. Which is kind of why I was like, fuck it. If this thing can move the way that I think it potentially could, I really don't mind pulling a little bit out. Can I deposit on Solana to trade Robinhood on FOMO? Yeah, you can, Wolfie. You can deposit anything. Any token. So USDC, Sol, Base, Monad, Robinhood Chain, etc. So you can deposit on all that, which is fine. And then you can trade Robinhood coins, which is exactly what I did here. I mean, bro, we're up a little bit of cash. Not bad. I'm not mad about it. We're up a little bit of bread. Damn, long is 1.8. What the fuck, dude? This thing was 1.4 when we looked at it the first time. I don't know why it's running. I don't even like the meme. I don't even like the meme. The worst part, I don't even like the meme here. The meme's not even funny. Like, I want a funny meme. It's not a funny meme. It's a pretty mediocre at best meme. Dude, the S&P is fucking whipsawing, brother. This shit is fucking whipsawing. Bitcoin is straight down right now. Bitcoin straight down. ETH straight down. Sol is like approaching our take profit. Even Hyperliquid is ugly. Q's down almost a full %. S&P is somehow not. S&P is green, which is crazy. Like, that feels wrong. That feels wrong. That feels incorrect. I don't know why, but it feels incorrect. Did you talk about GME? Not much. Not much. I know it's another stock paired ticker. Obviously it has a ton of people. We charted it, and I was like, I'd be looking to buy around 6.8. Website is live. GameStop on chain. So the game never stopped. Buying the coin buys the stock. Real GameStop minted on chain. We like the stock. So they're basically just trying to run back the GME playbook, which I don't hate. I don't mind it. I think it's actually like pretty novel. And if something on Robinhood were to run, it would make sense for GME on Robinhood to run, right? Like, that doesn't sound too outlandish of a thesis. Is if something's going to run, by the way, Jacket, we are up fat. Holy shit. But if something, yeah, wow. I don't know why this is ripping the way it is. And AI Inu's down. Like, Kathy Wood must be fuming. It's the idea of the matter is when you buy these, the fees go back to buy the stock. Stable meme can be traded on GMGN now. Dude, GMGN is pushing. Good for them. That's cool. I'll look more into it, but I'm not terribly interested in trading Pfeffer right now. I know that it's another ecosystem, stablecoin chain, USDC denominated pairs. All that's cool and all, but it's not really my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Not really my cup of tea. I mean, bro, I still just continue to pull a little bit out of this on this run. Oh, shit. We got Choose Rich coming in. You just wake up?
I was up, and then there was no noise going on, so I left.
Yeah, well, I'm in here. I bought this. I'm up 77%.
What the hell?
It's
Jacket?
Jensen Wong's jacket paired with NVIDIA.
Oh, my God. What's the liquidity on that thing?
180K.
180K.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know. I bought it. I was like, fuck it. Let's just buy this thing.
How much money you put in that? 10 G's?
Nah, only $500. But we're up 345. Pretty good.
All right, so you're hopping out?
Not yet. We're holding for the long haul.
What's the market cap on this?
1.5 mil. On the Robinhood chain.
What?
Did you see how much the jacket sold for? They auctioned off one of his jackets.
What is it sell?
I want to find where they auctioned. Yeah, right here. His jacket. They thought it would sell for 60K. I don't know how much it actually sold for. Jensen Wong jacket. Oh, it sold for a staggering sum. How much do you think it sold for?
1 million.
Close. 960K.
I mean, I kind of nailed it because that's what I would have paid for that coat.
You would have paid $1 million vanilla for this?
I mean, I wish I knew that this auction
Signed.
was taking place.
Signed by him too.
I mean, it's a pretty sick coat, honestly. The way they photographed that is pretty good.
Yeah,
what brand of
it's
coat
Tom
is this?
Ford.
How much does the coat normally
$7,000.
Damn, it costs $7,000. That's actually not.
It's not crazy, but it's not cheap. It's not crazy, but it's not cheap.
Okay.
I don't know. But listen, chat, I'm going to go. Nick's streaming later today. All of you all, have a beautiful day.